All right, then I just want to be quick in terms of talking about Dr. Edwards here. You know, when I left New York and started attending the university, I chose to go to Texas. I was at a little school in Commerce, Texas, called East Texas State University. And it was very racial and divided down in this area. And it's difficult for a black man coming out of Harlem to go anywhere that's racially divided. So it was kind of rough for me, and I didn't know whether I was going to hurt someone or someone was going to hurt me. So I went to the library and I saw this magazine called Track and Field News. And I read about these guys that was talking about a potential Olympic boycott. And I can understand why you might want to boycott, because you feel that there's some wrongs that need to be righted. And I was experiencing quite a bit of wrongs down there in Texas at that particular time. So I said, well, let me see if I can matriculate on down to San Jose. But I stopped home, and I'd met Harry Edwards earlier. And when I met this guy, I looked at him in terms of, everyone saw how enormous he is. But I looked at him in terms of him coming out looking so strong and robust that a lot of people would be intimidated by his physical appearance. But when I got a chance to meet Dr. Edwards, I was impressed with his mental strength, how wise the man was, and not only imagined how wise he was, but even more so about how courageous he was. Because at that time in 1965 and 1966 and 67, it wasn't easy times. San Jose State was a one-horse town, and they had bigots running through the town. But for Harry Edwards to stand not before just San Jose State and say what's going on is wrong, but he stood before the nation. And when he stood before the nation, he didn't just stand there in terms of saying, I'm standing up for black people. He didn't say, I'm standing up for Hispanic people. He said, I'm standing up for all people. We didn't have an Olympic project for black rights. We had an Olympic project for human rights. That's the gift of Dr. Edwards. That was lost along the way somewhere. They might put a little print in the paper about human rights, but they always try and make it like it was a black power thing. It was a human race that Harry was concerned about then. He's just more concerned about black people because he's a black man and he feels the oppression of black people firsthand. So I began to not only respect this individual, I began to love him because I realized how much fire was around him. I remember one day they sent a letter to Harry and told him, said, this dog head that we put in your doorway dead is a reminder that you can be this dog tomorrow. Most men, when they see fear come at them, they decide to turn and run. It didn't do anything but make him say, I'm gonna talk louder, I'm gonna stand up stronger, I'm gonna clean my glasses and make sure I have a clear vision as to who my enemy is. Why did he do this? Because when he was a seed in his mother's womb, God put it in him and said, I'm gonna give you something that you can possibly do. You don't have to do this, just a thought, you might want to do it. And I say, God bless him and anybody that stands with him. Thank you, Harry Edwards. Woo! Woo!